Yeah, you are not as yet. Yeah. Um, the first line, it says the reasons why we are called the billion coin. It's because the ultimate price maxes out at 1 billion euros per TBC coin. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And just there, we must clarify something there. TBC, it's not an investment company. We're not talking about investment like in the banks or investment companies. And in TBC, as soon as one comes on board or as soon as one becomes a member, his wealth or his kringel or coins, they grow. We're talking about the growth, right?
Yes.
Valued at the growth of that time, okay? When you look at the projection calculator, it's not talking about the money that one is going to withdraw after 6 months, 3 months, 8 months, like that. No. It's talking about the kringles or the coins that will be valued at that period. Then if one is asking about the cashing out of this valued kringel or coins, then we have another section that will be dealing with that, which is testers, right? You become a tester and then you follow that criteria in order to be on the number of the testers who will be cashing out or exchanging from TBC to fiat. We understand on that one, right?
Yes.
So we are not an investment company. This is not investment. We don't have an investment in TBC. We talk about growth. Okay. And then you also went on the second line about anyone who is holding even just one TBC coin. Today, we will add something there and say even a fraction or a kringel, that person will also become a millionaire, and then there will be, of course, billionaires as well. You understand? Someday. Yeah. So then on the third line, it's also explaining to us that in order for us to reach a state of 1 billion per coin in euros, you mentioned that we have to bring in as much communities as we can, right? Because globally, currently, we are over 7.5 billion. So we only need 1 billion. Okay. And then to get there, of course, according to the formula, we will need to get that number from around the globe. Yeah. And they must also be verified since we don't have a joining fee in TBC. It's free to become a member in TBC. And then ultimately, we will get there. All of this, it's happening. We won't say it will happen. It is happening because of our membership agreement. That's for sure. So we must underline that in bold letters, agreement. Without agreement, all this will be impossible. So now you can carry on the second paragraph, Leader Archie. You can read loud.
Here is the agreement. All members of the Bitcoin community agree that Bitcoin will never go down in value. It can only go up in price. This agreement is hinged on a software program that drives the price of TBC up by 1% to 5% daily until it reaches the ultimate price.
Yeah. I said I'm going to ask you also questions, right? In this paragraph, it's talking about two things. One thing is driving the other, right? So can you explain something about that? Something is driving the other.
It says that the value of the coin, because of that agreement, it will only go up. This is hinged on the software program that the price will always go up by 1% to 5%.
Yeah.
Daily.
Okay, you mentioned the value. The value is driving what?
The value is driving the price.
It's driving the price, exactly, brother. Since the agreement says all the members of the TBC agree that this coin will never go down in value. Right, we understand that one. And it can only go up in price. And that it's embedded on the software program. So it cannot be changed. And at what value exactly we are talking about here?
We're talking about 1 to 5%.
1 to 5%. And then currently, where are we? Yeah.
I remember the last time I checked, it was 2%, which was
2%. You must check. You must check every day, because one day it will be higher, and then you will still remain or preach about 2%, leader. You must. Yeah. Last time it must complement the current times. Okay, leader.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, on that, before we go to the third paragraph, I want to ask you another question again. It says 1 to 5%, right? Now, have we ever reached 5%, leader, in TBC? Have we ever?
I remember sometime last year when the price was going up, in that session. I'm not sure, but it was almost 4 to 5%. But now it starts now to be ranging there 2, 3, 1%.
Oh, so you do recall that it once reached 5%.
Yeah, I do recall sometimes that,
Yeah, it's true, leader Archie. We did reach 5% sometime last year. Most of our members, they made a good killing on that one. They really exchanged peer-to-peer. And you can go to one of the articles, on the latest articles from the admin. It explains that part, that many have accumulated a lot, and currently it's high time for them to share from what they've accumulated through another program that will make them share with others, which is a good thing, of course. This is what TBC is all about. So we will reach out on 5% someday. That we are certain about it, because we once reached 5% last year. Yeah. So now I will read this next paragraph, and then okay. All right, I'll read the next paragraph and the following one, right? Okay. Says, within those few words of the agreement, it does carry a lot of meaning. People from all over the world are sick and tired of artificial scarcity ruining their lives, which was covered briefly in another article on this blog. Abundance and prosperity are very natural things within the universe, and powerful people have been leading the people in mass to believe in the deception called scarcity. When people allow the cryptocurrency TBC to propel them into wealth with a software formula, they are making an agreement. Remember that, we underline that in bold letters. Yeah. So, next paragraph says, do the people at large have the right to make that agreement? It's a question. This will, of course, be debated. So, I want to arm you with some simple facts. That's admin. Admin was and is still and will forever arm us with facts, all the facts. But admin's facts are not burdensome as simple facts that anyone can bear them, of course. Then, first of all, people make agreements all the time without giving it much thought. We all know that. Every time a person puts something in their mouth, or chooses to wear a certain brand, or selects a home to live in, and so on, in each case, they are making agreements. You see that? Underline that in bold letters. Yeah. Because the article itself represents agreement. Okay. Because we cannot be where we are today without an agreement.
Yeah.
So, of course, people have the right to make agreements. Each agreement has a consequence. If an agreement brings harm to another in any way, it could be seen as a bad agreement. That's true. Now, on the above paragraph before this one, where it starts with within those few words, did you pick up something there, Leader Archie?
Yes. First of all, that people are sick and tired of artificial activity.
Yes.
That one is covered on that first in sentences there. Because they know that there is abundance and prosperity which are very natural in this world.
Yeah.
But that one is being controlled by very few people.
Yeah.
I think that's where that paragraph starts. That people are very tired of this artificial scarcity, whereas they know that the abundance is being controlled by the few people.
Okay, so if one can ask you a question, tomorrow you will be held up again. Is it next between South Africa and Mozambique border? Echozini.
Yes, Echozini is near, yes, there's Mozambique on the other side, and then on the other side is Swaziland. It's just near those countries.
Two countries, Swaziland, Mozambique, and then South Africa. Okay, so
Yes.
you'll be right there. We will request you to communicate with us, update us where you are, the location, so that our global technicians can also see that. Then the map, this is Swaziland, this is where we are, you know, and we will love more of the videos and the pictures.
Yes,
And last time I've asked you to link with me on Facebook. You don't link with me, it goes the other way around, so you must fix that. I don't know what did you do, but very interesting. Yeah. So now, from the same communities that you are helping with our mission, should one ask you a question that, Leader Archie, are you saying this life we're living is artificial? How are you going to answer that one?
Yeah, I can say that, you know, the world is being controlled by the stupidity. We are being made to believe that scarcity is a way of life, because we are being manipulated. Our minds are being manipulated to believe that this is how we must live our life. It's like a rat race, you know. We are always believe that if I go to school, get education, I must look for a job. So there now, I'm working for someone else who might be relaxing at the beach or something. But me, I'm being told that in order to get money, you must work hard for money. But then they know how to manipulate us because they let money work for them.
That's true. Yeah. You remind me of the first book that I read in one of the presentations that I attended in Senten City, Gauteng province. Yeah, it's Senten City. It's one of the top cities currently. Yeah, Johannesburg is there, but Senten, yeah. The first book that I read was called Retire Young and Rich by Robert Kiyosaki. It explains about two leverages. It's a very interesting book. While they were still introducing that book, as I was listening, during lunch, instead of me going to share lunch with them, I went across to CNA bookstore. I purchased that. Yeah, I started reading while they're busy with second session of the presentation. That's where I've learned these terms of never work for money, but let it work for you. And another one was never work hard in life, but work smart. So I went into it until I understood exactly what was Kiyosaki saying. And it's a very interesting book. I will urge many to get it. Retire Young and Rich by Robert T. Kiyosaki. Yes. Now, here's the second question. After they've asked you about this artificial life or, yes, scarcity. Now, on the same paragraph, another one might ask, or others might ask, that what could be the solution out of this whole thing? How could you advise them? Or, yeah, how could you advise them?
Hey, right now,
Look at the paragraph here. I think you might pick up something there. Okay. How can you advise them?
you see, what it says here, it says abundance and prosperity are very natural things in the universe. Yet, as we are programmed into thinking that it's not easy to attain that or to reach that level.
So
it says,
yeah,
yes.
Okay, I'm listening. Yeah.
And then it says that powerful people have been leading the people in the West to believe in the deception called scarcity. So there are powerful people who are going forward to this mission of saying to people or decepting people's minds that scarcity is there. Whereas the article says abundance and prosperity are very natural.
Yeah.
There. But now, because the powerful people can make people to believe that scarcity is there also.
Okay. But now, these people, they've heard everything, what you've explained about scarcity, and someone made them believe about the scarcity. Now, when you look at the paragraph, what do you think the answer can be? Now they're asking you, what is your advice? Where can we start? What could be a solution? Look at the paragraph. There is an answer there. They are asking you as the leader.
Yeah.
You did present something good to them. Yeah.
The only solution will be the cryptocurrency, which is called Tbc. That will propel them to this abundance.
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
Yes. Then by allowing the cryptocurrency TBC to propel them into wealth, of course, then they will be making an agreement with a new life, That's true. That's the only way. And we know that because if you look at that, it says when people allow the cryptocurrency and then it says TBC. But you see, if we recall back, I always love to refer back to the history of Bitcoin. It was announced 2008. And then 2009, it was launched, right? From there, it was the first cryptocurrency, right? It went on and on and on until Laszlo Hayens decided to sell his 10,000 TBC to the pizza maker, all those kind of stories, yeah. So since 2009 to date, Bitcoin today is over 130,000 with our currency in South Africa. right?
Yes.
Say we can say in dollars it's over $8,000, if I'm not mistaken. Now, to date, it has turned many into multimillionaires and billionaires. That is Bitcoin. Now, after that, it says TBC. Then TBC is another wealth. We'll say, we can use the term, say, vast wealth. You see that?
Yeah. Yes, Mr. President.
Yeah, and if someone says, no, I'm still going to make a decision because I don't believe these things. I need a proof to believe. Wow, I think you're going to have to leave that one in shekels because that person, it's waiting for the right time to believe. You see, let them stay in shekels. Time is running out. It's waiting for no one. Now, we have the history of Bitcoin and it's still kicking even now. That is the only way. That's how we should explain to them and also encourage them to go and reread these articles. You see, you can even switch it into your native language. Yeah.
It's very interesting, Mr. President, because I know some people who were saying Bitcoin is a scam. And then, unfortunately, today also, I think it was a few weeks back, I met one guy who never met Bitcoin, and then he thought, no, cryptocurrency is a scam.
They forever say that. Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, this guy is a big businessman. But now he still believes that Bitcoin is a scam.
It's a scam.
Yes.
And I'm beginning to enjoy these attacks, and sayings that it's a scam. Maybe doesn't understand what does that mean, a scam. Cannot differentiate. It's very interesting. And we meet these people in our daily lives. And as soon as you know that, oh, you know what, we love this scam of ours, but actually they've labeled it with the wrong name, but we still love it. Then you just relax. You don't even get angry because we know where we are heading with this scam of ours. Anyway, it's not just Bitcoin. Also on TBC, they say we're a scam. You go and read another article. One of the latest articles, admin explains in full about that scammy. It's very interesting. Yeah. Okay. Now we have now this following paragraph. You went through it, or you want me to? But how do you see the following paragraph? Or you like to look at it? Then we can get into it.
This one, we start with the question there.
Okay.
Do the people at large have the right to make the argument?
Okay.
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe you can answer that, Mr. President.
Oh, you're asking me?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. People, according to Jehovah's plan, they have the right to make the agreement, either good or bad. But of course, Jehovah God is not for the bad. It has to be a good agreement that will benefit everyone. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. You can continue, leader.
So it's and then it says that first of all, people make agreements all the time without giving it much thought. Some of the agreements are just being made without thought. Yes. And then every time a person puts something in the mouth or chooses to wear a certain brand or select home to live in and so on, to each they are making agreements. So we make agreements every day.
You make agreements every day, everywhere, anytime. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
Then as soon as we disagree, that's something else, an opposite. Yeah. Okay. So
But there is one thing there that says that in each and every agreement there is a consequence.
yeah, if it's a bad agreement, of course. Okay. So you like to read the next paragraph?
Yes, I can read it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
If you can get a person to believe in artificial scarcity, you can also get them to make a whole series of bad agreements. The fact that we live in a world filled with hunger, poverty, and war are all indicators that the people at this time have all made a long list of bad agreements. Once the people in consciously choose to believe in abundance and prosperity for all, then we can do away with the plague of hunger, poverty, and war, as well as many other things that are harmful to humanity. I hope this is beginning to open up your eyes to see the truth. Abundance and prosperity should be available to everyone, regardless of where they were born or anything else for that matter.
Yes. I'll ask a question from the previous paragraph.
Yes.
I think from the last two paragraphs, meaning a paragraph after above this one. Now, these people, they've asked you that what could be the solution? You said to them cryptocurrency, right? TBC.
Yes.
Then they may ask you that, what is cryptocurrency? What are you talking about? In a simple explanation, how can you help them on that one?
I can say that the cryptocurrency is the hidden money or online money.
Okay. Then they can follow up with another question that, how can you access that money if it's hidden or it's online? What can you say in a simple explanation?
You can access that money through peer-to-peer, or if it's cryptocurrency, you can go to the exchange and access it.
Yeah. So yeah, they will ask you that you go online and access it, we understand, but is there anything that we need to do in order to access it? How can you help out on that? These people are new, they don't know anything about cryptocurrency. Yeah, they are asking you. Okay.
The only thing that you need is to log in to your wallet or what have you, and then make the money available to peer to peer. You can transfer it to someone else in exchange of cash.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
So you can, according to one of the Bitcoin videos, you can only access it by a code, meaning you need a code to access it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Now let's come to the paragraph that you last read. Okay. So now, Leader Archie, we see here it's explaining something that all these problems, or all these problems that we are facing, or problems that we are going through today, all of these are all indicators of what? Bad agreements that were implemented by the powerful people or the elite, according to my understanding. What can you say on that? Yeah. Are these all the indicators of the bad agreements?
Yes, you are right, Mr. President. You are 100% correct. Since these people we said are very powerful, and then whatever they do everything that will benefit them. And then they cannot consider the lives of the people. If only what they want is in terms of profit.
Okay.
So they can sacrifice everything in order to get their profit.
Okay. So now, this artificial scarcity, they have introduced it, not God, Jehovah introduced it, right?
Yes.
Now, cryptocurrency is the only way out from this disease or sickness of scarcity, right?
Yes.
Now, TBC, remember on that line, on the paragraph, it was saying cryptocurrency TBC. So TBC, it's now introducing cryptocurrency in order for everyone to get abundance and prosperity. Is that right? And
100%.
these two things we have just mentioned now, it's available to everyone, right? Regardless of where they were born.
Yes.
Now, last question on the same paragraph. How can I put it? I'll put it this way. Do we have the right to blame anyone where they were born?
No, the answer is big no.
No, you don't have a right to do that because they never chose to be born in their families where they were born.
Yeah.
So what we need is to respect each other, work together, and not judge anyone. Because the conditions of this world interfered with Jehovah God's plan. But unfortunately, they are now exposed. That is why we are here today discussing it. Okay, so I'm gonna read the last two paragraphs. Okay. Right. It says here, within the path that the current price of TBC will take, it has many opportunities to create wealth, even vast wealth, for those that agree to use it. Okay, there's something here, right? we have two things here. We have wealth and vast wealth.
Yeah.
But this is available only for those who agree to use it. If someone disagree to accept something, we don't have to force anyone, right?
No.
Yes.
We would have.
Exactly. Yeah. Because in this private community, we force no one. And if anyone is not ready or doesn't want to be part of this, that person is free not to be a part. And we always encourage people in our presentations and other activities of TBC that never ever come and join and be a member in TBC with intention of bringing in your last money. No. Better contribute or play with your spare money or when you are ready. Because everyone must feel free in this community. You see. So now, those who agree to use it, of course, will move on and will see huge changes in the billion coin. Right. We will continue and say with the second line, if people don't want to take advantage of those opportunities, they are free to not be a part of this. We're clear on that one. This is not just a coin. This is another currency. It has opportunities within it. We have already seen some of those, but it doesn't end here. We still have more. So it's up to an individual to take advantage of those opportunities. And if they don't want to be a part of this, we have already mentioned that. They are free to not be a part of this community. And yeah, it closes, it says, no one is being forced to use this cryptocurrency. We have already mentioned much about that. So if someone comes back to you and say, you forced me, that person, to me, it's a liar. Because we've seen quite a number of incidents in Cameroon, Nigeria, our Tibetians, their leaders and other stakeholders, they've introduced people in this community. Now, because things are not happening the way they want, then they start mocking this community, trying to fabricate lies and attack our admin. Some, they even use the system, police of the states, to intervene with our affairs, wrongly, with lies. You understand? And now the question is, if someone says, I want my money back, you want your money back, okay, return all those kringles or coins we sold you with an interest back into our wallets. Then as soon as we see that reflection, then we can make a deal. But now, if you pay that person back, you are also losing, because as soon as the system kicks in, there will be a time whereby everyone will be in a position to have a send button or cashing out. That person whom you paid back the money, him or she, then that person, you won't find him. It will be difficult for you to get that person, because his or her growth, you understand, will be in abundance. Now you are losing. You see? That is why we need to be careful when you do the presentations. In this block education, we have languages. You can switch onto your native language in order for someone to understand exactly what are they getting into. These are the things we're encouraging leaders to do, on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think the problem is that some of the guys are just getting in, and then if they are not informed or they're not went to our education program to equip themselves, because some of them, they think that maybe after 2 or 3 months they are going to cash out. Yet this guy never worries himself about getting to an education job or try to get some information from the leaders, from the real leaders, Because some of the people have got the misconception about the beyond coin. They think that it's a quick rich thing. Which is
That's true. That's true, leader. Now we need to work on this thing and workshop them, but I'm also glad that you are really working hard, guys. In KZN province, we are very proud of you, and we fully support you in everything that you need. And it is working, and you are reviving that province. And we have to get the orientations and the workshops to keep our people updated, not just in South Africa, but worldwide. That is our mission, because according to our agreement, we would love everyone to get out of poverty by the latest 2018. But things are happening, because when you look at the whole period that Bitcoin took to reach where they are, it took years, but we are only over 20 months, but we are doing wonders, as you can see. So many things are happening, and if it was a scam, wow, we'd be talking about something else by now.
by now.
Yes, So let's go to the last paragraph, and then from there we can iron out a few things, and then if there are questions, and we see how to wrap up, because we do have time, but not that much. Okay, I'll read the last paragraph. Is it fine with you?
Okay, Mr.
Okay, thank you. It says here, the fact that Bitcoin has proven to stand up as a real currency means that all cryptocurrencies can also stand up as the real currencies too. Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency, has pioneered the path for all cryptocurrencies. Yes, our membership agreement makes us different, but fundamentally, we are just another cryptocurrency. That is true. Bitcoin is still our mother. We know in the market, we have over 800 coins currently. But Bitcoin will always be our mother, because it has pioneered the path for all of us. We have every right to be part of this. Yes, we have every right to be part of this. No one should stop us to be. Embrace the idea that wealth can be spread through this special agreement. Yes. So let's talk. Let's share something here, brother. What are you getting here?
I like the mentioning of Bitcoin compared to Tbc. Because there are differences there. Because Bitcoin is in the market there. which is being exposed to the fluctuations of the market. It's going up and down.
Yeah.
To the market, due to the laws of supply and demand. But us, we are not going down. We are always going up.
Yes.
That's the main difference between TBC and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah. Bitcoin, it's got its own. Let me plug the charger. Yeah. Bitcoin, it's got its way of volatility, and then we also have ours. But of course, we differ. Now, myself, I rather work with Bitcoin and TBC instead of investing with the bank. You see? Yeah. Because the banks, at the end of the day, it's like throwing a drop of water in the ocean, But with cryptocurrency, I'm not investing, but I'm growing. That is why we're talking about growth. Mainly in TBC, we talk about growth here. So, Leader Archie, thanks so much. And whenever you have a moment, just go and review the article. It's very nice. You can even share it with some. I know you are really working hard there, and tomorrow you'll be having another event. And then I will also propose that we have to liaise in the hours of the tomorrow morning, so that I can avail myself for an hour. Then we'll have a live stream in Ejozini. If you have a projector, it will be easier. Then I'll borrow you an hour. We'll talk to them and yourself, share whatever. Then we will hit two birds with one stone. Yeah.
That would be very wonderful.
But I've just heard that Velcom also will be having the same thing that you are having. Wow, I don't know, but I'll see how can I play. But if it's too much for me, anyway, we have other executive leaders to help us. Yeah. But I'll avail myself for the live stream tomorrow, an hour. During the lunch, I won't go to lunch. I'll come and share with all of you, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah. That would be very wonderful, Mr. President. Because I know that if you are saying something, that will happen.
Yes, yeah, no, that's true.
So I would like to say that people of age cuisine must be there in the hall at about 10 o'clock to start our presentation.
Yes.
Please arrive there early because we'll be having a lot of things to do.
Yes.
Because we're having a presentation, a workshop, and also a live stream, a 1 hour live stream with Mr. President. Wow, guys, we are very fortunate to have Mr. President, because tomorrow we'll see him live stream.
No.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Yes, no, thank you so much. Yeah. And then if anything, let's touch base. But in the early hours of the morning, we can chat, because I'm going to retire now. And then this recording, I'll save it somewhere, then I'll send you the folder. And then I need to take until the morning. By 4 o'clock, I'll be up. Then I'll be preparing myself to leave. Then I'll be in Devon, say about 10ish. We can start there. We'll start, say, past, but touch base because we need to iron out a few things before the live stream and give you the exact time and find out what time will be their lunch at the hotel. Then we'll take it from there. Okay. Anything to say before we close?
I will say that thank you, Mr. President, and then you're working very hard, because we were nowhere in case of but through your efforts, that drilling, because you were drilling us, you made us to be alive.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We will not let you down with admin and the rest of TBC community. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, Leader Archie, and to everyone, your executive, your metrics, and everyone in the province. We'll see you tomorrow from Johannesburg. This is TBC President in South Africa, and we had this live stream with our executive leader in KZN, Archie Memela, and to all TBCians around the globe. Thank you again. We will touch base. Bye.